I got the flow like cause the shit is so top notch. I got the drop on you niggas, my bitch in the field while I watch from the skybox.
What you doing here, boy? What's that? I'm not doing nothing. I don't got the corona. I don't got the corona. I don't got the corona. Wait, let me explain something to you before we leave. When we get over here, get somewhere and sit down. Don't talk to me. Don't look at me. Don't think about me because I'm grown. I'm going to be with the grown folks. You go be with the kids. Understand this. When I say it's time to go, it's time to go. Don't ask, can you stay the night? You cannot. Don't ask, can they come back over here and stay the night? They cannot. Don't get over here acting like you hungry, like you ain't ate all day. If you do, I'm going to knock fire out of your throat. Don't touch nothing. Don't break nothing. Don't ask for nothing to drink. Don't ask for nothing to eat. Lisa Ann already think her kids is better than everybody else, and they are not. If one of them touch you, you better knock their head off their shoulder. Don't come in there tattling to me about what you think, what you want, and how you feel. When we get ready to go, I tell you how you feel. Is everybody on the same page? Huh. Don't play with me.
You are watching Big Arc TV.
Yo, Keisha, what the fuck? What's going on?
I got kicked out.
Kicked out? What kind of kick out? Yo, you hungry? You want some feed?
Yeah, I'll have oxtails, my brace, and 2 kinds of.
Yo, I got you. Yo, sis, you have to tell me something when we come out of here. Please. You have to tell me where I go on, yeah? Damn, Keisha.
Hey, yo, NY Bangers, you got another one.
Mic check 1 2 1 2. Yeah.
Lady in red. Fuck with her, you dead, nigga. Yeah. Being on Rutland, you always get into something. A young woman grinding, turning nothing to something. Just lost a pops, her mama was always hustling. Raised in the 90s with 9s to kill something. Yeah, Jamaican raised, struggle every day. Government supplying nutrients to feed her waves. Sitting by the window as she watched the D's plays. The fast life seems so sweet like it's Minute Maid. Had a son by a crooked cop. Her brothers just left the box on the run like a treadmill. Out here trying to get guap. Neighborhood crippin', but she liked to wear red a lot. Serving fiends for her goals until she reached the top. Learning the game, running the streets, she had to do that. Bury her feelings, carry the heat, she had to do that. Trusting nobody, live on her own, she had to do that. Just to survive, she did it all, she had to do that. Learning the game, running the streets, she had to do that. Bury her feelings, carry the heat, she had to do that. Trusting nobody, live on her own, she had to do that. Just to survive, she did it all, she had to lady in red. But she keep green on her side, yeah. Keisha used to hustle just to keep her hopes alive, yeah. This funky fish, they eat a little, ease her mind. Twin brothers locked up, now Keisha is facing time. Moved in with a cousin for a better situation. Ex-Pablo use a body for transportation. Mama don't care as long as bread coming in. And cousin crib cool until the feds coming in. Yeah, brothers doing 5. Pops is in a pine box. 90s in Rutland, where your thoughts to get your body boxed. No rest, just stress. The bills coming in, link with Phil to flip bread. Turn out Phil was the feds, yeah. Learning the game, running the streets, she had to do that. Bury her feelings, carry the heat, she had to do that. Trusting nobody, live on her own, she had to do that. Just to survive, she did it all, she had to do that. Learning the game, running the streets, she had to do that. Bury her feelings, carry the heat, she had to do that. Trusting nobody, live on her own, she had to do that. Just to survive, she did it all, she had to do that. Lady in red. Yeah, she had to do that, Lady in red. Yeah, she had to do that, Lady in red. Big up Winthrop where bodies drop, Clocks and Ave where the soldiers rock. Yeah, 95th where the hammers pop. Yeah, Rolling Road where we set up shop. Learning the game, running the streets, she had to do that. Bury her feelings, carry the heat, she had to do that. Trusting nobody, live on her own, she had to do that. Just to survive, she did it all, she had to do that. Learning the game, running the streets, she had to do that. Bury her feelings, carry the heat, she had to do that. Trusting nobody, live on her own, she had to do that. Just to survive, she did it all, she had to do that.
BBN, Jack Frost. What's up, party people? I hope everybody had a beautiful day. It was actually nice in the morning, and then I don't know what happened. But I hope everybody had a beautiful day. Shout out to Kush Lee. That was Kush Lee with Do That. Also, shout out to Tilsa Wright. That actual song I just heard, that song was created together with a book. There's a book out called Do That. Pardon me, The Lady in Red. Go check that out by Tilsa Wright. That's Kush Lee right there with that track. Track is fire. We're going to see if we can get some more Kush Lee stuff on the channel. That's 1. 2, I don't want any of y'all to forget, we have a new line of gear out right now. This is for the green team. That's Kush Lee also in the background on this. That's the green team merch right there. So everybody that's part of the green team, y'all need to go cop y'all merch. That's the back. That's the front. Y'all need to cop y'all freaking green team merch. Let's go. Alright, so we got a couple of things we're going to be talking about tonight. One of the things we're going to be talking about is one of Tekashi's co-defendants is now searching for a new lawyer. You heard me. One of Tekashi's co-defendants is now searching for a new lawyer. That's one of the things that we're going to be discussing. We're also going to be discussing the Kim Jong-un situation. I think that there's a little bit of conversation left there that we still have from the morning. And we're also going to be talking about the NBA YoungBoy situation with Yaya and with Yaya Mayweather, and the fact the possibility that the charges that she's being charged with could possibly get her life. We're also going to be discussing that. But before we get any of that at all started, let's give appreciation to everybody that donated to the super chat today. And I don't know how to tell what days these are anymore. Oh man, what in the hell? Give me 1 second. I can't tell what days these are. What the fuck? Why did they do this like this? Alright, so we're just going to give appreciation to the last couple of people. Is there a way to tell? What the hell? Okay, there we go. I can tell now. Alright, shout out to Piff Keys with the $1.99 drop. Shout out to Foot in the Ass Entertainment with the $2 drop. Shout out to Midnight Myers with the $2 drop. Shout out to world famous Peter Method with the $1.99 drop. And shout out to Black Wolf with the $10 drop. Also, just so we can get clear of all of this stuff and get to the actual show. Also, shout out to oh, that was for tonight. Hold on. So that's for tonight, and that's for tonight. So I that's for later tonight. So hold on. And all the other stuff is for other shit. All right. So let's get to the show. All right. So let's do roll call. We almost forgot roll call, y'all. And then I'm going to show y'all this real funny shit that happened on IG today. I don't know if it's funny or not. I'm going to need y'all opinion on it. Anyway, what up, Monica Kendra Whitehead? How you doing today? What up, 93D Cristo? DeCristo? I think that's what we're talking about. What up, 93 DeCristo? He says, are you going to talk about Tekashi 6ix9ine? We will get to that. What up, Ugly Kid? How you doing today? What up, Max the Riches? Yo, Max the Riches, you getting your merch? I'm curious. I want to know who on the green team is getting a merch. Just write merch if you're gonna get some of this new green team merch, because that merch is directly created for you. Anyway, what up the business? What up Frank Cali? Frank Cali says, what's up Frost? Finally made it on time. Morning coffee be way too early in Cali. I already know, homie. What up CT's finest? What up Rue Jones? What up Ra Ra? What up John Soto? What up Brooklyn Born? Brooklyn Born says salute, blessings to all. That's what it is. What up Dupree Grayson? Dupree Grayson says peace, peace. Good evening Frost and the BBN family. Salute. And what up Anthony Anthony Balagova? Did I say that right? Balagova? Yes, I'm going to show the group chat conversation. What up, Bison Harrison? What's up, William Somerville? Tiffany Marie Ferry? Who else we got up in here? Shot Murder, Black Wolf, Anthony Upton. Yeah, Mom put it down. That's a whole fact. She told them kids what it was going to be. What up, Steve Corey? Who else we got up in here? Big June, Soleil. She says, what up, guys? BBN family, positive vibes. That's a whole fact. Positive vibes. We got to keep that type of energy. What up, One Nation Entertainment, Gully Boy? Who else we got up in here? LV the Slap is in the house. We got a track we're going to be playing from LV the Slap today also. And we also got a track we're going to finally play from Juro. So stay tuned. We got a little bit more music that we're going to throw out there. Y'all going to enjoy it. Believe me. Fire. Who else we got up in here? P from Jersey. What up, P from Jersey? What up, Emmanuel from IG? Salute. What up, Shay Lacey? What up, GB Gotti? What up, Gio Loso? Who else we got up in here? Chris Smith, Angel Crispin. Angel Crispin says, good evening, Jack Frost and the BBN family. Salute to all in the chat. God bless. That's a fact. What up, James Dean? Who else we got up in here? DSTN. Salute. Ricky Castillo. Salute. Juan Rodriguez. Salute. How y'all doing? What up, Ellen Esco? Who else we got up in here? Greedy Pez. How you doing today? And Jimbo. Salute. I want to know who's gonna fuck with the green team merch. Seriously, who's gonna fuck with the green team merch? After y'all get the green team merch, please take your sexiest picture, or guys, take your manliest picture and send me it. We're gonna do some things with those pictures that's going to be classy. We're gonna do some classy things with those pictures, okay? Just so y'all can know right now. If you send me some pictures in your damn underwear, I might keep them for personal reasons, but I'm not going to put them on the internet. I'm just telling you. So, ladies, I'm just throwing that out there. It's on you. Anyway, let's get to this. What y'all want to cover first? Let me tell y'all what happened on, I want to show y'all this real quick before we go any further. I gotta show y'all this. This was something that happened today. Alright, so you know how when you be on IG, I don't know how often it happened to y'all, but when I'm on IG, I get them sex bots. I don't know what the hell to call them. I guess they're bots or whatever. And they call me into like a personal conversation or some shit. They call you into one of these things, one of these group chats. So hold on, let me show y'all what happened today. So I got called into one of these group chats. Y'all know about these. What the fuck? No, I'm not hitting that. So I got called into one of these group chats. Y'all know about these, right? Y'all know about these, right? Y'all get called into the group chat. Somebody called me into the group chat. I don't know why. So I'm in the group chat, right? So somebody says, some dude is in there. I don't know why he's talking to these people. He said, no, sorry, get the fuck out of here, stupid ass. So I'm laughing at him kinda, right? So I'm like, yo, dude, you know you talking to a bot? He's like, no shit, bro. So I'm like, yo, wait, hold on. Homeboy knows that he's talking to a bot, and so fuck it, I'm in. This how I'm like, as soon as he said that shit, I was like, you know what? Maybe this is the thing to do. I was working on the show at that time and shit. So I dropped everything that I was doing. I dropped everything that I was doing. I was working on the show at that moment. I dropped everything that I was doing and shit. So I said, yo, fuck it. This is what we doing now. So he's like, no shit, bro. So he's like, fuck off. So I let him know. I said, yo, no one wants your bullshit ass nudes. So he's like, chopstick looking ass. So I don't know. Somebody came in there. She started talking too. So I'm like, yo, fuck this, man. Take me off your mailing list for thirsty bitches. Yo, hold on. I'm going to tell you how funny this is. My landlord, he got mental health issues. He's literally in the stairwell in front of my door right now, just yelling and screaming. He's been doing that shit for hours. My landlord is literally just right in front of my door, just yelling and screaming. He's been doing it for hours. You can't script this shit, man. I'm trying to tell y'all. When I tell y'all, my life is wild. Like, this shit is crazy. This shit is crazy. Hold on, let me go back to showing y'all what I was doing on IG though. So, yeah, he just stands in front of me. I don't know. Was y'all in the morning coffee today? Hold on, real quick. Was y'all in morning? We're gonna stop real quick. I want to tell everybody about this funny thing. Was y'all? We got the V-necks. That's a fact, Frank. Was y'all in morning coffee today when the lady came down the block and was yelling and screaming? She was talking about my landlord. My landlord thinks that he could just say anything to anybody. So her daughter was walking past my house. Her daughter's about 19, 20 years old, and she pregnant. And she like about to have her kid, like she's like pregnant. So he start cursing her daughter out that's walking past my house, basically. That's crazy. He just saw a pregnant girl walking down the house. His dog started barking at the girl, and he said, my dog only bark at ugly people. Like, this is my landlord, y'all. You understand what I'm saying? Like, this dude got mental health issues. This is this dude. You feel me? Like, how do you talk to like what kind of person are you? You understand what I'm? And now he's just standing in the stairwell cursing me out. Like that's this guy's day. I don't know what to tell y'all. Anyway, so check this out. Check this out. So I was like, no one wants your nudes. No one wants your bullshit ass nudes. I should have wrote bitch. No one wants your bullshit ass nudes, bitch. I should have said that. I should have said it like that and shit. So dude is like. So hold on, whoever that is, I don't know if that's a dude or a chick. So whoever that is like, so it's like dead ass, man. And I said, showing your vagina isn't a job. So he was like, yo, her ass is flat anyway. So I'm like, and I don't got nothing to do. I'm just chatting and shit. So then she was like, so I was like, that's an ass. Oh man. And he's like, who are you? And I said, why God did her like that? So they said some more stuff to me and shit. So the person was like, yo, be my best friend. So I was like, yo, she needs to be best friends with a thigh master. Now, with all of this being known, I don't know if the girl has a skinny ass or not. I haven't got the slightest idea. I never seen her. I don't have the slightest idea. I just saw a dude flaming her. So I was just like, yo, fuck it. I'm in. This is my day, y'all. This is my day. Yo, I'm telling you, that's literally what happened. I just saw them flaming the other person. I just was like, yo, fuck it, I'm in and shit. So I start flaming them too. I don't know how the girl look. I just want to let y'all know that. I have no idea how that girl look, yo. Anyway, so this went back and forth for a while. So anyway, I want to give them a shout out because this is I was actually rolling. This shit made my day. And then I was like, yo. And then I was like, yo, fuck it. This is what we doing. I got time. So I started saying more stuff. Looks like someone beat her in the ass with a manhole cover. I don't got the slightest idea how this girl looks. I ain't never seen her, yo. I don't know. I'm just saying stuff at this point. Oh, man. Then they said I look like I'm 50. Then I said it looked like she's trying to get ass shots. The needle's going to come out her belly button. Anyway, so let's get to the actual show. I just wanted to let y'all know about that shit. I told them I was going to shout them out. Shout out to them. And then they was like, are you a YouTuber? Hold on, my brother. Yo, everybody, we have Shawn Setaro on the line. All right, so you already know it's gonna be lit. What's up, my brother?
What's up, Jack? How you doing, buddy? Shouts to everyone, all the BBN Network folks listening out there, watching out there.
That's what it is.
I hope everyone's holding up okay in these crazy times.
Yeah. Yeah. Also, shout out to the landlord. That's an inside joke. All right.
Wild. I've been on 30 seconds. It's already wild.
All right. So, yo. Oh, hold on. Let's get right to it, if you don't mind. That's cool.
Sure. Absolutely. Yeah.
Okay. So, apparently, there is a co-defendant, a Tekashi co-defendant that is running into some legal problems. You want to tell us about it?
Sure. So the latest, there's been a bunch of updates in the Tekashi case, mostly about the pandemic, which I'm sure you've been keeping your viewers informed about. This is not related to that. Basically, after, the trial was done and everyone pleaded out and everything, a couple of the defendants in the case filed appeals, right? Among them is Shotty and Beatz and Roe. Probably a couple others I'm forgetting right now. I'd have to check, but definitely those three. And Roe's lawyer, just a couple days ago, I think the beginning of last week, filed some paperwork that basically said this appeal is frivolous. There's no good reason to do it. Judge, you got to let me off this case. So he's going to write a letter to the judge, explaining why, but he already filed his intent to do that. So Roe's lawyer is ready to bail on this appeal process.
Yeah, because basically, as I know it, the only way that Roe could act, or any of them could actually appeal, was by saying they had inadequate counsel, correct?
Basically...
That's one of the ways.
One of the ways. Roe's appeal basically said, look, you guys made the wrong decision in the sentence, and, I believe also you made the wrong decision in, effectively what you charged me with. The exact same thing actually happened with Shotty's lawyer, Jeffrey Lichtman.
Yes.
Right? A few months back, you guys maybe you remember that. I think, Jack, you talked about that. Lichtman looked at Shotty's appeal and said the same thing. There's no real reason for him to be appealing. And, Lichtman actually wrote a letter about that and said basically this, like, look, you agreed to this deal, you knew what you pled out to. The sentence they gave you is exactly what they said they were going to give you. I don't want to be a part of this appeal process anymore. So this is the second person in this case to have their lawyer, bail on the appeals process. That and the other folks who are still appealing, that hasn't happened yet. But maybe it will. Certainly the odds aren't great that they'll see it all the way through.
Yeah, for everybody that don't know, just so we could clear it up, why this is actually something. When you actually plead guilty to your charges, you waive your right to appeal. So what's basically going on, in order for these appeals for them to be able to appeal, they have to say that somebody made a mistake, as Shawn just let us know.
Exactly. They have to say somewhere in the process there was a mistake, either their counsel or with the sentence or what they were charged with. Yeah, exactly. So, and you know, these lawyers are saying, look, there was no mistake. This is exactly what you agreed to. So yeah, that's the latest thing. That was just late. That was like early last week, I think, when that happened. Jack, I think I sent you the paperwork on it here. I'm looking at it right now. Yeah, that was the 15th. This all kind of went down.
Copy. Could we get a Shawn Setaro's the man down in the comment section, by the way? Could we could type that out? Shawn Setaro, the man. Could we just type that out? All right, so in regard,
but yeah, I think that the other big thing on the case, real quick. I don't know how much you've been getting into this with you know, your viewers, is one by one, all of the people in the case are trying to follow Tekashi's example and say that they're at high risk of serious complications if they catch COVID-19, and also that they're at high risk of catching COVID-19 because they're in prisons, right? So a lot of them are still in MCC and MDC, which are the prisons in Manhattan and Brooklyn. A lot of them have not yet been sent to their, you know, final destinations. Like, I think Shotty's in Allenwood, Pennsylvania, and, you know, whatever. But a lot of them are still in these kind of transitional places in Manhattan and Brooklyn. And the Daily News covered this yesterday, actually. MTC is a nightmare. And, you know, the Bureau of Prisons is not being honest about how many people are infected there.
Also, if everybody if you remember, we was actually at MDC last year while we was protesting the treatment of the detainees at that point. So it definitely.
Oh, when they had the power outage.
Yes,
right?
Absolutely. We was down there. We got tons of footage from that. We definitely covered that. So when he tells us, when Shawn Setaro tells us that there's a problem at these prisons, believe me when I tell you, there's a problem at these prisons. This is not cap.
Yeah, Jack, you probably talked to people. Have you talked to people at MCC, MDC recently?
Yes, it's bad at MCC. It's really bad at MCC. I was hoping to maybe get some video, but I wasn't able to. But it's really bad at MCC. They're not even, from what I've heard, they're not even separating the prisoners from the people who get infected. Like, they have cell blocks with his infected people, and they're not even removing them and putting them somewhere where they could just like keep people warm.
No, the entire blocks are quarantined, right? About a half or a third of the blocks are quarantined just altogether.
Yeah.
Not infected people separate, but blocks where people are infected are just quarantined altogether.
And they're also saying a lot of the inmates, and this is not just in MDC or MCC, but just inmates in general, they're saying that what's happening is they believe, at least this is what they believe, that the people from outside, the people that's coming from outside, like the COs, they're actually bringing the infection in with them. And some people think that they're giving it on purpose. I'm not going to accuse any of that. That's horrible. A lot
of staff members are infected, definitely, both at, you know, certainly at MCC, I believe at MDC as well. I have to check the Bureau of Prison stats to see the latest, but it's bad. And I was talking to Crippy's lawyer the other day about this, because Crippy just got denied early release. His lawyer, Edward Sapone, is really very concerned about coronavirus in prisons. You should try to reach out to him. I think, Jack, he'd be a good guest for you. He sees this every day.
Copy. I'm gonna do that.
Yeah, and it's really bad, and it's only going to get worse. And I think, you know, it's only when people start dying in big numbers that the governor or Congress or whoever is really going to force the Bureau of Prisons to do something, and by then it'll be too late.
Yeah, I believe so too. and that's a shame that they have to go through this. I understand that people committed a crime or whatever, but even after you get arrested and you're in jail when you for whatever, they still have to treat you like a human being. Like you understand? Like that's my point. They still have to treat you like a human being. You still have rights. It's not that you don't have no rights. You still have rights. So I'm definitely upset at the treatment that just prisoners get just in general, but definitely with this coronavirus situation.
Yeah, for sure. And Jack, you know this as well as I do, especially at MCC and MDC, a lot of these guys have not been convicted yet.
That's
right?
a fact. They just detainees.
That place is mostly people who are kind of like awaiting trial, right?
That's a fact.
Definitely some people who have been convicted, and people like Crippy who are awaiting their sort of final place they're going to serve out their time. But there are a lot of people who haven't been convicted yet, and so look, if I was in charge of things, certainly it seems like you would be able to send a lot more of those people home and have them on home confinement at least until their cases play out. But that's not the way it's going. It's getting, it's kind of like people around the margins who are getting home confinement, people who have a couple months left, or put together a good bail package or whatever, right? It's not people with more severe charges. Those people are not being let out, and that's and a lot of them are going to get sick.
That's a fact. First of all, they should already have some kind of contingency plan, because you don't never know when you might have to move prisoners for whatever the reason might be. So there should be some kind of plan already in place, period. Like, just period. Like, we should always have a plan for something. You don't never know what might happen in the prison. Imagine if there was a riot or something and they needed to separate people. So they don't even have a plan in place for if a tragedy happens. So hopefully in the future we could at least work towards that, because if you have a plan in place, you could also mitigate any type of harm that might come to the prisoners and also the COs.
Yeah, I mean, look, again, a lot of COs, a lot of staff are sick, and a lot more are going to get sick by the time this is over. So even if you're one of these people who are dismissive of prisoners, like, A, you're terrible, but B, also, like, it's not just them; it's also the people who work at these places.
I agree, y'all terrible. But yeah, you're right. Everybody is getting sick. That's a whole fact. Hey, can I ask you another question real quick?
Sure.
Have you heard anything on Harv?
I have not. I haven't reached out to the people I know in his camp in quite a while. I know the sentencing is sometime in June, I believe. Yeah, I think it's in June.
Yeah, they moved it.
And they moved it. They moved a lot of his sentences to June. I think he and Kuda are about a week apart from each other. Mm-hmm. In June, Harv might be the middle of the month, and Kuda more toward the end of the month. Jack, you can fill these guys in on the exact date as it gets closer. Okay. So I'm not sure how he's doing. He is not one of the prisoners who was filed for home confinement yet. I don't know if that's coming. I haven't talked to his lawyers recently. But obviously Kuda filed for that and it worked. Albeit he kind of messed it up a little bit.
I wonder if he was at that barbershop party they busted the other day. How y'all having barbershop parties and they're supposed to be in quarantine, man? Yeah. Come on, homie.
Yeah. So yeah, I don't know anything about Harv's situation right now. I know obviously the back and forth of what happened with Kuda, which I think you might have talked to your audience about. Basically, he was granted a kind of temporary home confinement between, whenever he was let out, late March or whatever, and his sentencing. And almost immediately, I don't know if it was that night or the day after or whatever, he was partying and with a bunch of people who were smoking weed. And I think some of them were his relatives, brothers and cousins and stuff.
And they put it on IG. They put it on social media.
Yeah, they put it on social media. And the government saw it and the judge saw it, and they were not happy. They did not put him back in prison because of it, but they tightened his restrictions. They said you can't use your phone unless it's an emergency. You know, they tightened up the amount of people allowed in his house. And the judge said, hey, you know, you still have to be sentenced, and you might end up serving more time because of this.
Yeah, he embarrassed the judge, in my opinion. That's kind of like a slap to the face.
The judge said something interesting. The judge said, I now know you basically scammed your way into early release. You know, you weren't really concerned about coronavirus. You showed that by your behavior, right? But the main reason I'm not going to put you back in jail is because you were just around a whole bunch of people and maybe you're infected now.
Wow. I didn't think of that. Oh,
that was really the judge's main reasoning for not putting Kuda back in jail.
Yeah, he couldn't put him back.
Yeah. Was like, I don't want to expose these prisoners to, you know, me. You were just around a whole bunch of people. Maybe you're sick. I don't want to, it's not their fault, you know? So, yeah. So it was a very interesting, you know, and unfortunate turn of events with him. You know, I'm obviously very glad he won't be in prison for the next month or two, however long it is till like late June.
That's cool. Got another question.
Yeah. Sure.
Okay, so switching stories for a minute. So 1401, whatever that go, the
1501. Yeah.
1501 came out, and now they're really going at T. Ferris.
Oh, I was on vacation last week. By vacation, I mean sat on my couch and watched lots of old movies. But
we all on vacation, homie. Keep going.
Yeah. So I was, I missed the latest details in that. I will say that the latest thing that happened on the legal side with Meghan is she won a little bit of a victory last week. You know, 1501, Carl Crawford was saying, I don't want this case to go through the courts. I want it to go through arbitration. And so that, you know, we wouldn't have to go through showing all the evidence and stuff. He thought that he had a better chance if they went through arbitration. And, you know, Meghan and her side wanted the case to continue going through the courts. And Meghan won that. The judge didn't explain the reasoning. They just signed a little one-page, you know, couple-sentence thing saying, you know, arbitration is denied. So I don't know what I listened to the hearing about it, but I you know, so I heard each of their arguments. I don't know what the judge's thought process was, but, you know, Meghan's side won a little victory with that. It's not the end of the road by any means, but it was a little victory for their side.
And just so everybody that could really understand, like, what he just said is correct, but I just want to add something. In her contract, it says that if there's any type of dispute, they have to go to arbitration.
They could go to arbitration, yeah.
So the fact
it said they may go to arbitration, and there was a lot of long and really boring arguments about what the word may means. Yeah, I listened to like probably an hour-long legal hearing about. They were mostly centered around what the word may means. It was about as boring as that sounds.
They was playing word games.
Yeah, exactly.
So the fact that the judge decided to not go to arbitration and said that we're going to keep going through this type of process, I think that definitely fares well for Meg Thee Stallion, even more than just if they would have just asked for arbitration. The fact that it's in the contract and they were able to argue that out of the contract or whatever the case might be.
Yeah, that's a very good point. You're right. The whole reason it was an issue in the first place was because of, you know, in the contract, it was set to, you know, take disputes to arbitration. So yeah, absolutely. So I it's funny because when I interviewed other artists who had been signed to 1501, almost uniformly, all of them, a lot of, you know, except like the very, very young artists, basically everyone said, I knew T. Ferris. T. Ferris came to me and said, hey, I got this label. You know, I've known T. Ferris for 3 years, 7 years, 8 years. I trusted him. And so, that's why I got involved with this. Basically to a person, that was kind of what they all said.
Wow.
So it makes sense that, Ferris is not involved in this lawsuit at all. Doesn't seem to be really involved in the label anymore. I'm not really sure. So tell me about what the latest on that was. I actually missed it.
I thought he went back to, Rock Nation, right? Ain't he with Rock Nation now or something like that? I think that's what a lot of people was pointing out, that he went to Rock Nation. So I think, I'm not 100% sure of this. I could be inaccurate. Maybe he worked with Rock Nation prior to this contract. But the way that it was told to me, I believe that he's with Rock Nation now, or whatever the case might be. And that's where the issue is. He might be the one that actually alerted to Rock Nation the problems with the contract. And that's probably why Crawford is really pissed off, because how are you gonna write this bad contract and go tell on me? So I don't know if that's why he's pissed off, but if that's why he's mad, that's a pretty good reason. Be honest with you.
Yeah, I know that Ferris, I think, was maybe the one who brought her to New York originally to meet with Rock Nation. I think that might be what you're thinking of. I don't know if he's involved with Rock Nation right now, but I think he was originally involved, and I heard through a source I can't name here that initial connection came, while at the point when Megan was dating Yo Gotti, who was a Rock Nation client, and that was sort of the initial connection.
Okay. Put me on to some stuff. I did not know that what it was. Now we do. Shout out to Shawn Setaro. Anything you want to speak on, my brother? Something you want to tell us about that we might not know, so you could enlighten us?
Well, I will say that y'all, not to big up my own work, but if you check out Complex today, you'll see an interview I did with DJ Kid, who is DaBaby's DJ and kind of general right-hand man. Okay. And he said some pretty interesting things about the process of making this recent DaBaby album and kind of the thinking behind it, about, DaBaby heard all the stuff you guys were saying about how he only has one flow and all his songs sound the same. And, this album was in a lot of ways a conscious reaction to that. And, interestingly, DJ Kid says during the course of the interview that, DaBaby's early music back when he was, what was it, Baby Jesus or whatever his first name was?
Yeah, Baby Jesus.
Was more diverse, but, kind of in order to get on, he had to dumb down his sound. And, now he's in the process of expanding back to, the variety of stuff that he used to use before getting on.
I'm not mad at him, because not for nothing, I feel like sometimes artists, when you do dumb down their music in order to be more accepted, to be more popular, to be inside of actual pop culture, so yeah, I can see that. Okay, so now I'm gonna give Baby a ton of passes, because if that's what his explanation is, let's wait and see what he does next. Let's see what his next projects do, and let's see what his growth turns into. Because a lot of people do. Rob G Film says they all do that. Yes, a lot of artists actually dumb down their work some. So if that's what he's saying, let's give him the benefit of the doubt. That's a whole fact.
Yeah, and the interview's interesting. Like, DJ Kid's a real interesting kid. He literally is a kid. He's 21, and is just sort of starting to reach his stride as a producer, as an engineer. And he talked about one other thing real quick, just to kind of put a pin in your viewers' ears about this, is like, he talked about the process of making the DaBaby album, which was basically he kind of solicited loops, put a call out on Instagram saying, loop makers, get at me, and picked the best ones, often from unknown beat makers, because he wanted to give people a shot, and, added his special sauce, his 808, his hi-hats, his kind of specialties to it. And this is the way a lot of records are being made right now. Sampling is off the table for a lot of people because it's expensive, and sometimes you can't get samples cleared, so songs can't come out.
That's a fact.
So a lot of people are relying on loops now. A lot of producers are relying on loops and, kind of sampling those loops, taking them, messing around with them, and, and then adding their drums and their stuff to them. So that's, just something to keep in mind when you're listening to records. Often, like, the musical part of it, the melodic part of it, is often made by a different person than, who's doing the drums.
So that means that some of these dudes ain't gonna be able to have IG battles in like 10 years, because that music is really somebody else's stuff.
Well, look, if you count co-productions, then maybe they will. But yeah, this is kind of the new sampling, right? Is finding stuff from people who make loops. And you have the more prominent people who are doing that, have been doing it for a while. The Frank Dukes, Beat Butcher, G Coop, Jake One, kind of that class of people. But then you have more up and coming people and newer people, and a lot of them are in Europe, like Q Beats. There are some guys in Germany. You'll see them, or I forget. I don't know if it's OZ or Oz, but he is, I believe, Australian. I think I talked to him once. It was a while ago. I don't remember. But a lot of the melodies on this stuff are coming from people overseas. And then they'll connect with, I don't want to give names, but a lot of, the bigger producers. You guys can bring credit to yourselves and find out who's working with these people. And, they'll add their sauce to it. And, that's how a lot of these records are being made. And it's a, things have been going this way for a while. But it's only within the past couple of years, I think, that it's become the absolute standard and just kind of the way stuff is done. So I'm finding that, there is actually a good piece in Pitchfork about it today, which I did not write. This guy Ben, whose last name is escaping me, wrote it, but it kind of lays a lot of this out. So I'd recommend anyone who's interested check out Pitchfork. There's a really good article about that came out today.
Okay, check out Pitchfork. You know the name of the article?
Yeah. I do. If you give me 1 second, I'll look it up here. Hold on.
Yeah.
Yeah. 1 second here.
Shawn Setaro Complex, everybody. He the homie.
Yeah, it's great to talk to you. It's been a little while. Okay. It is called. 1 second while it's loading here. It's called How Loops Are Changing the Sound and Business of Rap Production, and it's by Ben Dandridge Lamco. And it's on Pitchfork.
Anybody that's actually making music, y'all might want to go read that. That's a whole fact. Anybody that's thinking about getting in the music business, because just by the title of it, it sounds like he might be actually explaining something that if you're trying to make music or you're trying to get into just read the damn article.
Yeah, it's definitely good to know how this stuff works and how these roles are changing if you want to get in the game.
So
but yeah, that's about it, man. It's good to talk to you. I'm glad you're doing well. I hope that everyone watching is getting through okay, and like my man Samuel L. Jackson said the other day, stay the fuck at home.
Oh, that's all right. Let's do some social distancing, especially for all the people I don't like. Please, social distance. I just want to throw that out there, because the people that don't like you is gonna be the first people that's gonna want to come give you a hug, man. Nah, we ain't doing that. So, all
right, man.
All right, later, my brother. Appreciate you for calling in.
All right, take care.
Later. Yay, Shawn Setaro. Shout out to Shawn Setaro. Shout out to Complex. Y'all gotta go check out his articles. That's the dude right there. I fucks with him. That's a whole fact. We all fuck with him. What was we just talking about random crazy stuff before he called, right? We just talking about random crazy stuff. I was just making jokes before he called. What was I doing before he called? I was just making jokes. Hold on. Let's give there was some donations that was given while he was shout out to First Class Supreme with the $4.99 drop. This is BB in Love. And shout out to Obelisk TV with the $2.99 drop. This is Wrist Bump. Let's go. Yeah. Always a pleasure to have Shawn call in. It's always a pleasure. I like it. Cappy. You know I like it. Always a pleasure to have Sean call in. All right, so what's the next topic? Let's discuss. Let's look at our chart. What we discussing today? We discussing the co-defendant. Basically, our Tekashi co-defendant lost his lawyer. We could talk about that a little bit more. I do want to talk about Kim Jong-un, and I think I said it right that time. And I want to talk about the NBA YoungBoy situation. And I just, before we go any further, because I just want to mention this Teddy Riley thing, just so y'all could be clear. I want to mention this Teddy Riley thing, but before we go into the Teddy Riley thing, I want to play this track for y'all. Check this out.
Stone cold, cool as ice. I'm just living on the walking dead, getting dead. Presidents don't boy, get that bread. Yeah, you heard just what I said. Been a pro, long gone in my zone. Stone cold, cool as ice. I'm just living on the walking dead, getting dead. Presidents don't boy, get that bread. Yeah, you heard just what I said. Been a pro, long gone in my zone. Money be the motive when you hold it, bet you're glowing. I ain't never been a hater, use him as a motivator. I'm the fire to the blunt, you better retire. I'm the one, get the message like Messiah. Desire is what you want, so keep your head high and middle finger higher, son, and turn a blind eye. Only just begun, never the hater, this energy made me. Get rid of it daily, my flow is amazing. Direct deposit, fuck you payment. Mind my money, the money be grinding, ready to shine. Take it, never mistake it, careful, staring the star will leave you blind. Never the one of a kind, here with a flow like mine, oh my. Hold up, it's all in time, alright. Get in the door by the end of the night. The fate to go get it, it's all in my sight. Never forget it, the numbers are right. We got that juice, that's something to delight. Off in the booth and I'm ripping the mic. It's something I do, you ain't about this life. This is the way I move and I do what I like. You snooze, you lose, and late on the news. I made the news, I take what's old and make a new. Stone cold, cool as ice. I'm just living on the walking dead, getting dead. Presidents don't boy, get that bread. Yeah, you heard just what I said. Been a pro, long gone in my zone. Stone cold, cool as ice. I'm just living on the walking dead, getting dead. Presidents don't boy, get that bread. Yeah, you heard just what I said. Been a pro, long gone in my zone. Ready, locked and loaded. My magic is hocus pocus, focus and hustle hard for the tokens. Notice I got a check when I wrote this. I am a threat. I'm a veteran in this. You better place your bet. NYC I represent. East Coast we beast mode. West Coast out we smoke. High tide is prime time. Press play, wait, rewind. Sell more and keep buying. Say less and keep trying. Pay dues and make moves. Bringing money to the table. Digitally like this cable. No labels. Gracefully grateful. You're hateful. Toxicity made you while I'm on a plane to Cancun. Falling up in bamboo. I'm from the boogie down Bronx Zoo. What it do? Where you from? Getting money's not an option. We're rapping. I get it cracking and popping. There ain't no stopping me. My aim is a monopoly. Flipping, we getting property. Apologies for the robbery. A capitalist and I'm proud to be. Honestly, just look at everything surrounding me. Stone cold, cool as ice. I'm just living on the walking dead, getting dead. Presidents don't boy, get that bread. Yeah, you heard just what I said. Been a pro, long gone in my zone. Stone cold, cool as ice. I'm just living on the walking dead, getting dead. Presidents don't boy, get that bread. Yeah, you heard just what I said. Been a pro, long gone in my zone.
Oh, I just told y'all who that was. I forgot to turn the sound back on. My apologies. Shout out to Juro. You already know Juro be pulling up in here. Shout out to Juro with that track right there. The name of it is Stone Cold. Affinity is his producer. Shout out to them for making that track. Also, we want to give a shout out to LV the Slap with the $20 drop and P from Jersey with the $2 drop. Definitely appreciate you, brothers. We got one more song that we're going to be playing tonight. How did y'all like that, by the way? How did y'all like that? Have we been choosing good songs to be on the program? I'm just curious. The first song we played was "Do That" by Kush Lee. Second song we played was "Stone Cold" by Juro. I want to know what y'all guys think about the tracks. I'm not comparing the tracks against each other. I just want to know if y'all like both of the tracks, just so we can be clear. Yeah, I'm thirsty as shit. Y'all know we putting that BBN mixtape together. Y'all know we putting that BBN mixtape together. Y'all know we putting that BBN mixtape together. Okay? Just want to throw that out there. I hate talking about shit because the more you talk about shit, the more haters you get, and I'm tired of haters. Anyway, with all that being said, let's get back to the actual show. Let's get back to the actual show. We got one more jump off. We're gonna be playing a little later. We got one more jump off. We're gonna be playing a little later from Slap, from LV to Slap. We got an LV to Slap jump off that we're gonna be playing a little bit later. I need to send one message real quick. Thank you for your patience. Thank you for your patience. I needed to do that real quick. Oh, everybody, if you got to clear your throat, make sure you make it known you clearing your throat. Don't cough to clear your throat. People going to think you got the corona. I'm just letting you know. This is, a tip. Anyway, real quick, so the next topic we want to talk about real quick. Something I want to say, that we was just talking about the whole Tekashi situation, or the whole Tekashi Co-Defendant situation with Roll Murder trying to get...
Wait, let me explain something to you before we
pardon
leave.
me, the wrong thing. With Roll Murder trying to get a pill. What y'all have to understand is this. This is what you have to understand. When you take a deal, you waive your rights to an appeal. The only way that you can get an appeal is if there was a problem with your process. If there was a problem with somebody made a mistake. So the reason why these lawyers is running away from these guys is because they're like, I didn't make no mistake. You're making, like, you're trying to, like, my clients are, you're going to mess up my ability to go get clients. Because people are going to think that I make mistakes that get people locked up for 10 and 20 years. You get it? You get it? So that's why these lawyers is, once they start talking about they want to appeal, and these lawyers is, you know what, homie? This is all you. I got to go. These lawyers is bolting. Because in order for them to make the appeal, they have to say somebody made a mistake. If the legal system made no mistake, then the only person that could have made a mistake is your attorney. I believe Andrew, is Andrew Lichtman? I think Andrew Lichtman was Shotty's attorney. Andrew Lichtman is one of the best attorneys. Shotty did not. Andrew Lichtman was freaking El Chapo's attorney. So, I mean, come on now. He's one of the best attorneys. So to have that on your resume, that people are asking for appeals and saying that you was the problem, nobody wants that. Like, you messing with my career right now, homie. You the one that got convicted of the crime. I did everything I could do to get you off. It didn't work. If, like I said, if the paper is wrong, that's what I'm trying to say. The only way they could appeal is if there was a mistake made. If the government didn't make any mistake, then the only person that could have made a mistake was your attorney. No, they can't pull the insanity card. People stop trying to think that you could just claim insanity. You know what kind of rigorous tests people got to go through in order to be able to claim insanity? It ain't even worth it. Just don't commit the crime. How about that? All of y'all fools out there talking about you gonna go commit a crime so you could you could claim insanity. What are you talking about? Chapo's daughter's giving care packages out in Mexico for the community. I wish I could get her. Oh, I don't know. Yeah, I don't care. I wish I could get her on the program. If y'all could get El Chapo's daughter on the program, hit me up. I want El Chapo's daughter on the program. I want them showing all of the good stuff that they doing in Mexico, even though we know that they're involved in other stuff also. Allegedly. Y'all could get El Chapo's daughter on the program. I'm saying maybe she like black guys from the Bronx. That's the slightest idea. Fucking with y'all. Yeah, I would interview. Who would not interview 6ix9ine, dude? Armacillo. You're not even a reporter. I'm gonna assume. I bet you would interview 6ix9ine. Who wouldn't interview 6ix9ine? No, but okay, could I explain something real quick? There actually are stories about in Italy, the mob is feeding people. The mob is going door to door in Italy, feeding people. Are we gonna get upset at the mob going door to door feeding people because they the mob? What up? Let's talk about it. Shout out to Sex Money. Are we gonna not accept, if you starving, you're not gonna accept food from the mob? If your kids is hungry, you're not gonna accept food from the mob because they the mob? Because they the mafia? The mafia is feeding people in Italy, yo. Going door to door, handing out food. Yeah, I know they've done committed all types of different crimes, but they're literally going door to door feeding people. Like what? What the hell? You want them to commit the crimes and also don't give a F about nobody? Like, that's worse, ain't it? If you're committing crimes, you doing all type of weirdo shit, getting millions, you got all these poor, but you also aren't helping people? Like, that's what you prefer? A lot of these guys that run these drugs and they're part of these cartels and whatever the case is, and they've done terrible things. Don't get it confused. Terrible things. A lot of these people do give back to the communities that they came from. Most of these people came from the dirt. That's what you got to realize. A lot of these cartel people, they came from the dirt. A lot of these cartel people came from the dirt. What the hell you mean they want? What do you think poor people are going to be able to do for a cartel, for somebody who's running a cartel? What the hell do you think a poor person is going to be able to do for somebody who's running a cartel? You think, ugly kid, you think right now you could go do something for Jay-Z? You can't do shit for Jay-Z. Jay-Z does not run a cartel. I just want to point something out. You can't do shit for Jay-Z. What are you talking about? You don't know what you think that. I don't know what to say. I got you, ugly kid. You watch too many movies though, man. Focus Sports says the mob has better leaders than our government has. I'm not even gonna argue that. The people in power for America don't care about shit but money, not the people. I mean, I can't really argue that either. You missed the whole point, ugly kid, and I'm not gonna go back and forth with you on this. You missed the whole point. I'm not going to have a conversation over here with you if you can't even understand a simple point. Like, the cartels have too much money. What could a poor person who live in the dirt could actually do for them? What you mean, hide guns? So a cartel owner who has billions of dollars needs somebody that live in the freaking in the ghetto to hide guns for them. They can't just buy a building and put the guns in the building. They can. What the fuck? Do y'all be listening to what y'all be arguing at me about? So the cartel guy that got billions of dollars, he can't just go buy somewhere and hide his guns, buy somewhere and hide his drugs. No, he needs the poor people in the community. He needs the poor people in the community to hide his guns and drugs, even though he got billions and millions of dollars. Come on, man. Like, what the fuck? Oh, man. And they got the police paid off. What the hell? I don't know. I don't know what to tell none of you people, man. Okay, so why are they not arresting the mafia in Italy? In Italy, I'm hearing that they're arresting people and the priests and everything. Why are they arresting the priests and the politicians? Why are they arresting the priests and the politicians then, ugly boy? Ugly kid? Why ain't they arresting the mafia? They arresting the priests and the Come on, we're not having this conversation, man. We're not having this conversation. I'm not saying that there aren't people in the hood that they do things. What I'm saying is the mob doesn't have to give me a fucking sandwich to hide shit in my house. That don't make sense. The mob doesn't have to go around and feed every single one in the whole entire town in order so they could hide something in one or two people's house. That don't even make sense. What the fuck, yo? They're feeding people because people are dying. You think just because somebody is a part of the mob or somebody is a part of a cartel that they don't got no heart? You think because somebody sells drugs that they don't care about nobody and nothing? You don't know many drug dealers, man. I don't know what to tell you. I know a lot of drug dealers that care about people a lot, and if they could have not sell drugs and if they could go do something else, they would. That's a fact. I know quite a few people, or I have known or grew up with quite a few people that sold drugs that they didn't want to. You understand what I'm saying? They realistically couldn't get a job. They realistically was going out there trying to get a job, but your kid's starving. Realistically going out there trying to get a job, but rent due. Realistically going out there and trying to get a job. You understand what I'm saying? And shit just ain't working out for whatever the reason is. People don't always want something in return. I've done quite a few things for people and haven't asked for anything, so that's not true. Ricky Castillo says, you treat your community right and they got your back. Look, what I think the main thing that people forget about these cartels, those cartels sell drugs, right? But they don't even sell drugs in Mexico. Those Mexican cartels selling drugs in Mexico ain't really making them money. They selling the drugs in America. They selling the drugs in Canada. So why in the hell would the Mexican people not like them? They not even selling drugs to them. They selling drugs to a whole nother people. Do you understand that? Why would the Mexican people be mad? You know how many of those Mexican people and many of those people in like Colombia, they wouldn't have a job if they didn't work at the place that's making drugs? They wouldn't have a job. Gee, anybody ever think about that? BP says most cartels and mafia never harm civilians unless they caught in crossfire. That's a fact. I just don't like when people generalize and say things that they don't know what they're talking about. Anyway, let's get off of that. I want to talk about this NBA young boy Yaya Mayweather situation. But before we get to that, I got one more track I want y'all to hear, if y'all don't mind. One more track I want y'all to hear, if y'all don't mind. You might have heard this already, but you're going to hear it again.
You're listening to FDG Records. G is in the place, G.
Some say that it might look easy. Come take a walk in my shoes and you rethink things. Practice makes perfect, that's the reason why my flow mean. I'm the rose that sprouted through the concrete. I learned from the best, don't sweat the technique. Shall I proceed? I'm a slap fiend. Music is my focus, that's my only option. Money motivation is the only thing poppin'. Talking business with the higher reps and the Cochrans. In the Shark Tank, I'm weighing my options. Throw the hook with the bait on it. They throwing numbers at me now, we gonna debate on it. Business is good, I put my faith on it. Pay my tithes in church and I keep on going. Jumping something foreign, now I'm UFOing. My name is Slap Fiend, y'all keep calling me Slap Phone. What the hell is this, homie?
Yo, this is
I
crazy.
don't know where I'm going with this.
I mean, like, when I started off making the beat, I was like, man, I had something in my mind that I was thinking, but I just couldn't get it to come out. So, you know, I'm looking at the monitors looking crazy. I'm like, shit.
Hey, yo, X, turn me up a little bit, fam.
I got you, Slap.
I want them to hear this one.
Come on, you already know.
Slap Fiend, Slap Fiend, Slap Fiend. Some say that it might feel strange. Once you make it to the top, it all change. Nothing is for free, you have to gather up the change. Life's obstacles, and ours remain the same. I walk a thin line like a resident in Cuba. And shouts out to the refugees, I ain't talking about the Fugees. Hashtag no subliminals, we all the movement. Shouts out to the future, y'all the core of the movement. Tim the Tool Man, Taylor showing home improvement. My talent stays structured, you can hear it through my music. Conceptual art is what I'm doing. Abstract minded, I done came from the ruins. Battle scars shown, I get down in what I'm doing. I gave a rat's ass on how you spend your cash fast. Homage paid, bills paid, this is how I live my life. And if I can do it, I live life twice.
I don't know where I'm going with this.
I'm at a crossroads.
I don't know where I'm going with this.
Need a sign to tell me which way is right.
I don't know where I'm going with this.
I'm at a crossroads.
I don't know where I'm going with this.
I'm lost, I'm lost. I can't find my way. Help me. I need a sign today. I need something. Lord, I need something.
You're listening to FDG Records.
That was LV the Slap. The name of that jump off is I Don't Know. I don't know if that's how it's supposed. Is it I Don't Know? Or is it I Don't Know? Or maybe it's I Don't Know. I don't know how it's supposed to go. But that's the name of the track. Another dope track. We had some fire up tonight. If you want to get your track played on the BBN Network, hit me up on the IG. It's right there. I am the real Jack Frost. Hit me up on the IG. Come talk to me. We see what we can do for you. Couple of things we want to get into real quick. I want to talk about that Yaya Mayweather situation. It's only going to take 2 seconds. But I only want to talk about that Yaya Mayweather situation. I don't know if anybody else has been speaking about this, but the girl that she stabbed, the young lady was pregnant with NBA Youngboy's baby. That girl had to go get rushed to the hospital for complications. Now, I believe the young lady they said stabbed in the arms. So I'm guessing when homegirl was stabbing, double-fisted, she had her hands up and she was getting stabbed in the arms or whatever the case might be. I don't know. I wasn't there, obviously. But the girl went to the hospital with complications. She was pregnant. If that girl loses her baby, Yaya Mayweather might be able to get... She's in critical condition? If that young lady loses her baby or something along those lines, Yaya Mayweather might get so many years. So many years. And it's a shame. You understand what I'm saying? It's an absolute shame. Also, I'm thinking that something has to be real serious because NBA YoungBoy said that he's gonna release some music and then he's not releasing any more music after that until he gets himself in a better situation. NBA YoungBoy said he's not gonna come out with no more music after this. I think he's dropping something on Friday or last Friday or this Friday coming up or whatever the case is. But he said after he drops that, he's not gonna be dropping no more music until he gets in a better situation. Maybe it's dawning on them how serious this is. I think that there's a good chance that neither which one of them understood how serious this situation is. Maybe they just thought she got stabbed up a little. She was going to have some scars. She was going to pull through. I don't know. But if that, somebody just said she's in critical condition, I don't know that to be true. That's what Go Boy says. I don't know that to be true. But I know that she was had some problems, some complications. They sent her to the hospital. And I'm saying if she lost that baby, I don't think her father money could save her. If that girl lost that baby, I don't think Yaya's father's money could save her. That's crazy. That girl was never gonna have to want for nothing in her life, and now she might be going to jail for who knows how long. Ra says, Jack, can we talk about these people bearing arms in PA? If that was a Black Panther, we could talk about that. Let me give 1 second, Ra. We could definitely discuss that though. Angel Christmas says she has 2 counts of attempted murder. She got problems for real. Mags to Richard says the fact that she's pregnant changes the whole game plan. Yeah, no, Yaya isn't pregnant. The girl that got stabbed is pregnant. I don't know if I was clear on that. The girl that got stabbed is pregnant. Or we don't know the situation currently because, she got rushed to the hospital. Yeah, she's gonna sit down, but she's gonna definitely sit down. Don't get that confused. That's a whole fact. I really gotta stop opening IG. I gotta stop opening IG on live. Life without parole. Listen, we don't know what's gonna happen. First of all, let's hope that the young lady and her baby. Oh boy, that itch. I hate allergy season. First, let's hope that the young lady and her baby is doing fine. Let's hope that, okay? Before we hope or talk about anybody getting life without parole, let's pray for the welfare of the individuals that were attacked. Let's pray for that, okay? Let's do that first, all right? Let's hope that these reports of her going to the hospital with complications, that it sounds worse than it actually is. Let's hope that. That's what we need to start doing more of, hoping for the best in things. We really do need to start doing more of that. That's a whole fact. So let's hope for that. Anyway, so NBA YoungBoy says that he's going to... I gotta plug this damn computer in. We're about to get cut off. Hold on 1 second. So NBA YoungBoy said that he's not going to be dropping music. So I think that there might be something going on. I think that this might actually have hit them. What's up, Almond Brown? I think this might actually have hit them and they understand how serious the situation is. This is another reason why I got to stay away from the drugs, yo. A lot of these young people that have money, they tend to stay high and drunk days on end. You understand what I'm saying? Like, they'll be high or they'll be drunk 4, 5, 6, 7 days straight in a row. Wake up, getting high, go to sleep, getting high. Wake up, getting drunk, going to sleep, getting drunk. The drug. I like saying that when it's in humor more than on some serious shit, not for nothing. But a lot of them wake up getting high, go to sleep getting high. That fucks with your brain. You understand what I'm saying? That fucks with your reality. That fucks with your ability to be able to comprehend reality. Let me say it like that. And that fucks with your brain. And that's what a lot of these dudes is going through. And as you actually see, NBA Youngboy had the damn lean. He was drinking the lean. There's a good chance she's on that shit too. She looked a little wild when he called her. When he was on the live, and he was like, I don't know what he called her, the baby or whatever the hell he called her. She looked a little wild. She really was looking a little wild. Like, I'm not gonna accuse her of being on lean. What do I know? But it did look like she was on something. But she could have also had just been sleeping and just woke up. Who knew? She could have just woke up and not knew what the fuck was going on. That's a possibility. Yeah, Go Boy said she was sleeping. Yeah, that's a chance that she could have just woke up, didn't know what the hell was going on. But also remember, these dudes is taking taking that heroin so they could, you know, that's why they taking heroin. You understand? That's why they pop them perks. You understand what I'm saying? Because so they could, you know, have stamina. But it is what it is. We're about to go out, but I did want to discuss there's something that I find interesting, and that's basically the situation that's happening with these individuals that's rolling out with these guns, talking about they don't want to be on these white they're white people. Let's just say what it is. Well, if people is taking that type of stuff to stay up longer, I better stay away from that stuff, because I'm gonna fucking kill myself. Be honest with you. I'm saying that shit, but if you know, you know. There's, you know, I need to select certain people to have heard me say that and be like, yeah, shit, if he take that shit, I'm gonna stay away from that thing. But the point of which I'm trying to make is, that's a real bad problem. I'm gonna tell you our story real quick, and I'm gonna move off of this. I have a homeboy who said that he was telling me about a situation because he had some people that went to New Orleans, and while they was down there, they was doing whatever they was doing. I don't know what they was doing. They was doing whatever they was doing. So one of his homeboys met up with the shorty, and he linked up with her. So they go to the hotel. My homie said that his homie went in the bathroom to like put the condom on and all that. I don't know what he went in the bathroom for, but he went in the bathroom. He said that when he came out the bathroom, homegirl went in the bathroom after he went in the bathroom, and she left on the bedside table, the nightstand. She left some fucking heroin up there for the nigga to take. I don't know if it was a pill form or whatever the fuck it was, but she left heroin up there for homeboy to take, like, because that's how they give it up down there. Like, down in New Orleans, like, everybody is on dope. That's what he was saying. This is a couple of years ago, though, so I hope that they got that situation fixed up. But there was like, everybody's on dope in New Orleans. Yeah, could we just kick Ugly Kid, since this is going to be a thing that's going to... Could we give Ugly Kid, like, as 8 timeouts? Just time Ugly Kid out, so we don't gotta look at his comments no more. This is crazy. Just time Ugly Kid out. Somebody just time him out. Just time him out. I hate when we stopped talking about that so long ago, but I hit him by accident. We talked about that so long ago, and he's still talking about this stupid shit. Hold on, I'm just gonna time him the fuck out. You know what, Ugly Kid? If you feel like coming back tomorrow, do that. Hold on. You feel like coming back tomorrow, do that, homeboy. Because I'm gonna time you out longer than I'm gonna be on still. How about that? Since you just want to keep talking. Now you're getting timed out. I'm not kicking him. We like Ugly Kid. I'm not kicking him. We just gonna time him out like crazy. Because no one said selling drugs was good. I don't like when people put words in my mouth. I usually just kick them straight out the door. Let's get some hourglasses down there. Let's give him a couple more timeouts for trying to put words in my mouth. How about that? Just a couple more. There you go, Ugly Kid. There you go. Just a couple more. Each one of these shits is 5 minutes, by the way. Let me give you a couple more, since you like putting words in my mouth. Shout out to that. How about that? You feeling good now? You feeling better? You got your point across? Yeah, we play music. Could we get all the hourglasses and all the clocks? You want to just annoy people for the rest of the night. You know who you're going to annoy now? You're going to annoy your damn phone by looking at it, wondering why you can't comment. The hell? You just want to annoy people. Get out of here, man. The fuck? Come back tomorrow. Come back tomorrow, man. You need a Snickers. You ain't yourself when you hungry. Nobody got time for that, man. There we go. All the clocks and hourglasses. There you go. There you go, ugly kid. We still love you. But you gonna go right in that corner. Ugly kid on the outside of the building like this, pressed against the window. Oh, man. Anyway, yeah, I did want to discuss this. I meant to put it in the comments. I meant to put this in the title. But it is crazy. Oh, shoot. Give me 1 second. I'm going to play one song over. We played 3 songs tonight. Which song should I play over? Which song do y'all want to hear again? We played 3 songs. Real quick vote. Which song do y'all want to hear again? Kush Lee, Slap, or Juro? Kush Lee, Slap, or Juro? LV. Kush Lee, I only see 1 for LV. That's it? That's the only vote we're going to get? DSCN's the only one voting? Got 2 for LV. What up, Daddy Fat Stacks? Got 3 for LV. Got 1 for Kush. There was issues with sound on Juros. Okay, we got LV to Slap. LV won. We got a couple for Kush. We got a couple for Stone Cold. But y'all feeling the LV song. So we're going to run the LV song again. And then we're going to come back and we're going to finish off the show. Let's go. I told y'all we got 4 spots. We got 4 spots for songs. This is the 4th play. Let's go. Be right back.
You're listening to FTG Records.
FTG is in the place, G.
Some say that it might look easy. Come take a walk in my shoes and you rethink things. Practice makes perfect. That's the reason why my flow mean. I'm the rose that sprouted through the concrete. I learned from the best. Don't sweat the technique. Shall I proceed? I'm a slap fiend. Music is my focus, that's my only option. Money motivation is the only thing poppin'. Talking business with the higher reps and the Cochrans. In the Shark Tank, I'm weighing my options. Throw the hook with the bait on it. They throwing numbers at me now, we gonna debate on it. Business is good, I put my faith on it. Pay my tithes in church and I keep on going. Jumping something foreign, now I'm UFOing. My name is Slap Fiend, y'all keep calling me Slap Phone. What the hell is this, homie?
Yo, this is crazy.
I don't know where I'm going with this.
I mean, like, when I started off making the beat, I was like, man, I had something in my mind that I was thinking, but I just couldn't get it to come out. So, you know, I'm looking at the monitors looking crazy. I'm like, shit.
Yo, X, turn me up a little bit, fam.
I got you, Slap.
I want them to hear this one.
Come on, you already know.
Slap fee, slap fee, slap fee. Some say that it might feel strange. Once you make it to the top, it all change. Nothing is for free, you have to gather up the change. Life's obstacles, and ours remain the same. I walk a thin line like a resident in Cuba. And shouts out to the refugees, I ain't talking about the Fugees. Hashtag no subliminals, we all the movement. Shouts out to the future, y'all the core of the movement. Tim the Tool Man, Taylor showing home improvement. My talent stays structured, you can hear it through my music. Conceptual art is what I'm doing. Abstract minded, I done came from the ruins. Battle scars shown, I get down in what I'm doing. I gave a rat's ass on how you spend your cash fast. Homage paid, bills paid, this is how I live my life. And if I can do it, I live life twice.
I don't know where I'm going with this.
I'm at a crossroads.
I don't know where I'm going with this.
Need a sign to tell me which way to drive.
I don't know where I'm going with this.
I'm at a crossroads.
I don't know where I'm going with this.
I'm lost, I'm lost. I can't find my way. Help me. I need a sign today. I need something. Lord, I need something.
You're listening to FDG Records.
Alright, so we played the LV the Slap Jump Off again. That's the one y'all voted for. Somebody texted me and said, this is Ugly Kid right now. You guys is wrong. They said that's Ugly Kid. They said right now that's Ugly Kid. Oh man, you guys are the worst. Oh man, you guys is the worst. I know you wasn't talking to me, Kid Ugly. You nigga changed his name and he's back. I know you wasn't talking to me, man, but you just being disruptive. Okay? Now I gotta give this guy timeouts. You just coming in here to be disruptive. We giving you timeouts. It is what it is. There you go. Give him a couple of more. I don't got time to keep hitting that button. Give him a couple of more. Oh man, yo. Come on, man. Anyway, I'm gonna show this tomorrow, Rhonda. I need to vet it first, if you don't mind. I really need to vet this, and I need to decide whether I want to play this or not. I don't know if I want to put this up. I think I want somebody else to talk about it first, but I'm gonna vet this. I don't try to break every story anymore because I try to be extremely responsible. But I do want to talk about something real quick before we go out. And that's, why are all of these Caucasian people, and yes, this is, I'm not trying to make this a white-black thing, but the impetus of the problem is because it's a white-black thing. And what I'm trying to say is, you have a lot of Caucasian people that are going up to buildings protesting when we're not even supposed to be protesting because it's supposed to be social distancing. They're going up to buildings and protesting with firearms, with rifles, with deadly weapons, and they're holding cities captive. Why is the government not doing anything about them? I'm curious. They just busted a barbershop that was having a party, right? They busted a barbershop that was having a party, correct? There was a party in Brooklyn being held at a barbershop. I think that those guys was doing the wrong thing. Don't get me confused. But there was a party in Brooklyn having a barbershop. A barbershop in Brooklyn having a party. Everybody that was there, I believe, got arrested or fined or something, right? So why are these people allowed to walk around with assault rifles and the police isn't trying to do anything with them? They're supposed to be social distancing, right? Now, I'm going to tell you the irony of all of this, right? Hold on. I'm going to tell you the irony of all of this. What up, Mary? Haven't seen you in a dumb long time. I'm going to tell you the irony of all of this. One of these protests that they went to, now it's being said that a whole lot of people now have the coronavirus. I don't believe their numbers. I'm sorry. 2 people got arrested, and we talking about different events then. Because there's been like 6 or 7 of these events in America. In different states. There's been like 6 or 7 of these events. So you might be talking about one where 2 got arrested. I didn't hear about that yet. That's all I'm trying to say. I didn't hear about it yet. But yeah, so you got people of color that's being arrested if there's more than 10 of us together. But these mofos could roll up on a government building with 100, 200, I don't know how many of them it was, but with a whole a barrel of them, I don't know, with a lot, and the police don't do nothing. They let them protest. They let them not social distance. A whole heat. Thank you, Go Boys. Yeah. And they're not even social distancing. Like, how should we feel about this? And then also, Trump is encouraging it. So I think that's the worst part of it to me. Like, even if these people was going to do whatever they was doing, even if the police was like, well, we don't want to engage with them because that's going to create a situation that's going to be a firefight and it's going to be worse. Okay, I can understand all of that. But how is the president that's also telling everybody to stay home encouraging this behavior? How is the president encouraging this behavior? That's my point. Mary's right. Remember, they changed the gun laws in California because the Panthers showed up to legislate the legislature armed. That's a fact. They changed the gun laws in California due to that. They changed a lot of laws in California in America, just so we can be clear, because of the Black Panthers. Yeah, there was like a ton of people in that barbershop. Like, please, people. I don't know what's going on, but I don't want to go anywhere where there's a crowd. I think that's what they're trying to tell us on the low. Don't go anywhere where there's a crowd, especially a crowd where there might be people that you don't know. Anyway, we're going to call it a wrap. It was a good night tonight. We had Shawn Setaro come in. Well, how did I spell that word wrong? Hold on one second, y'all. We had it was a good show. We had Shawn Setaro call in from Complex. You know, we love that brother. Definitely the homie. We fucks with him. I don't know if they was doing a video or not. We also had music from Kush Lee, LV the Slap, and Juro. All tracks. I like all the tracks myself. Just let y'all know. We also had that going on tonight. So let's close out by saying this. First, please, we don't know what's going on. Please take all these things seriously. Please, pardon me, quarantine. For everybody that don't know, they're trying to shut down the public transportation in New York City for a week. For everybody that don't know, they're thinking about shutting down public transportation in New York City for an entire week. For everybody that don't know. So there's things going on. It might be getting worse. Who knows? But at the end of the day, we don't know what's happening. So please, be safe for yourself. Be safe for your loved ones. Let's try not to create a situation where we might either contract the coronavirus or give it to another individual. Yeah, we don't do that here, Nancy Greer. Appeal. So I'm going to kick you because you want to do free advertising on my channel, and we don't generally do that. So I'm going to kick you. No, I'm not going to kick you. I'm not going to kick you. You probably didn't know. So I'm going to give you a timeout. We don't know you. How you just going to free advertise on the channel? You see everybody else when they want to advertise their stuff, they donate. Like, that's the proper way to do that. On any YouTube channel. If you want to go to anybody's channel and you want to promote whatever the hell you're doing, you should throw a donation. Just don't go on nobody's channel and start talking your shit like that. That's really disrespectful. Not for nothing. So let's try to be safe out there. Let's be healthy out there. Let's try to eat well. You stuck in the house. Y'all should have fruit in your house so you could be eating fruit all day. You understand what I'm saying? For everybody that can't stop eating, have some fruit in your house. You can't stop eating. Go buy a couple of bags of salad so you could just have some salad. So you could, because you're not eating because you're hungry. You're eating because you were bored. So go get food that's good for you that you like, because you know you're going to eat a lot of it. No, Rhonda. Black and Latino men, if they try to stand in front of the government building with loaded weapons, we gonna die. We gonna die. So yeah, so try to keep healthy foods, because you're gonna eat. You're gonna get bored and you're gonna eat. I'm fortunate. When I get bored, I don't necessarily eat. I just start. I think of a project or something. But most people, when they get bored, they go eat. So let's try to keep some healthy food in the house. So if you do eat too much, it's healthy stuff in the first place. So, you know, at least you get some of the carbs and whatever the fuck you might need. With that being said, I love y'all. Please, if you got anybody still awake in your household, give them a hug. Tell them you love them. You don't never know what's going to happen tomorrow. Give people their flowers today while they're here. Also, when we wake up in the morning, remember, the first thing that you should be doing is drinking water before you do anything. First thing that you should be doing is putting water in your body. So please, everybody, first thing we doing when we drinking up, we drinking water. First thing we doing when we waking up. With that being said, like, comment, subscribe, join the notification gang. Hashtag Bronx Bombers. Let's get it. I love y'all. Take care of each other. Hug the kids for me. I haven't forgotten about you. And that's all I got on this one. I'm out.